Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. If you are new around here, I'm Astrologer Victoria from Your Wings of Ascension. And this is your daily astrological horoscope for Monday, July 24th of 2023. We are still feeling this very heavy Grand Cross, but the big thing today is that Chiron has now also gone retrograde. So we will break that down and see what this looks like for us. All right, so we do still 100% have the Sun opposition to Pluto. Wow, that was a weird circle. Run with it. And then, as they naturally just always are, the South Node and the North Node in opposition. But now we have this Grand Cross. We've talked about this. This is really heavy energy because we're trying to balance four completely different directions. When you lean too far into one, the others fall out of balance. So it is a very delicate act here of knowing where to give and where to take energy. Understanding who we are as an individual, understanding what we need to change, understanding on a collective level who we are and what we need to change, where we need to go, what we need to step away from. It's a back and forth, and it can feel very heavy because we can feel a little lost. We can feel like point blank, we do not know where we're going, why we're going there. The past seems like, well, that wasn't great either. It can be a lot, and we've been feeling it. But we also have layers. Let's just add more layers on, shall we, universe? The Venus. What? We have Venus, which is now also in retrograde, in a positive aspect to both the North and the South Node. So when we have Venus here reflecting positively on both, we can fall into, with our South Node, patterns, behaviors, and beliefs that we're just used to, that really aren't where we need to go forward, but it feels good. We're used to it, so we go back to it. With the positive trine up to the North Node, we are feeling like we have the ability to attract to us what we need for ourselves going forward. So while this is, yes, in retrograde, and yes, we're reevaluating, we can use this energy to help us move forward because we see what worked well in the past, and we can choose to, one, fall into and only stay into that energy, or we can use it to move forward. Because we do have the positive trine from Venus to the North Node, we are able to feel into, in a good way, what we need as an individual, what feels right for us. There is also, I wrote on Chiron to begin with, but here's Chiron, so I'm going to clear this out. Here's Chiron over here. We've talked about Chiron a few times, but Chiron is now in retrograde. So let's just break that down on its own. So we've talked about Chiron before. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron wounds that we have as an individual and we have as a collective, we can never really heal them. And the goal really isn't to heal them, just patch it up, fix it, you're good to go. The goal with Chiron and astrology is to understand these deep wounds and to learn a spiritual lesson from them. So when Chiron is in Aries, this is a very potent me feeling. I have these wounds. I have these insecurities. It's me. It shines a spotlight on everything that I feel is wrong with me. On a collective level, this is looking at us, the people, very brightly. We don't necessarily see the things from they around and above us, right? You know, the powers that were. We don't really see that spotlight on them too much. We start to see little bits and pieces of him and her and there all over the place. But this is really about us. So on a personal level, when Chiron goes into retrograde, this is a conscious awareness being brought to our wounds. So we're able to see things that have happened to us in the past that may not have been easy lessons to learn. In this case, with everything else we've got going on in retrograde, this is huge, huge internal awareness of things like relationships. Where have we failed ourselves? Where have we let ourselves down? Our spiritual self, where have we not been doing what we need to do? Our responsibilities in life in general, where have we not done what we need to do? Where have we gotten lost in the system that is ruling us, we the people, and me the individual? So when we have this Chiron retrograde, yes, it can be a little undaunting because we feel like, man, my flaws are right out there in the spotlight. But it's not a very deeply emotional time. We just have this awareness of what didn't work. So some things that we can work through with this, and mind you, I should have said this to begin with, but you know me, I don't always do that. This retrograde goes until December 26th. So this is a long transit. So we have a lot of this energy that we're feeling into where we're getting this awareness brought up to us. So something through this period, keep a journal, a diary, I don't know where my cell phone is, keep a note in your phone that you can go back to and reference when things come up, because we're going to be seeing things that we have said or done or allowed that weren't really right for us. And then there's going to be times where things have happened in our life that are out of our control. How have these lessons, and yes, they're lessons, helped us grow? Even though it was a really hard lesson, how did you grow? Example, you lost a parent, a sibling, a partner. That ain't easy. Loss is hard, but you learned something from it. So what did you learn from that lesson? These kinds of things. It is not just learning that, yep, I let somebody walk all over me, take advantage of me, and now I'm screwed. I have this loan that I have to fulfill. I have this house that I bought with this person that I don't know what I'm going to do with. Yes, that's conscious awareness. But remember, we're looking for the spiritual reason. Why did we really go out and give so much of ourselves to someone? What were we looking for? Why did we buy these material things? What void were we trying to fill? So yes, long transit. Keeping notes helps us to understand and work through it. I like to write it down physically because I think there is a deep connection when we actually put pen to paper there. But yeah, like I said, your phone is fine. You can put a note in it because, let's be honest, there are things that come up throughout the day that if you don't write it down, you're not going to remember, because that's just our life right now. So I get that. But this is an important transit for us along with all the other retrograde transits because, like I said over the weekend, this is the humanity awakening of all awakenings. And when we do our part to heal ourselves, we are healing the collective. So please, my friends, if you have questions, please let me know. I am here to help you, but more than anything, go within, because that's what all of these retrogrades are asking us to do. Go within, because you have the ability to connect with your soul. You have the ability to connect with your spirit team. You have the ability to connect with creation source, whatever that means to you. So yes, this is 100% a place where you can ask questions. You could ask and somebody else could answer. Who knows? But go within. As I tell you every time, you've got this. We've got this. I love you all very much, and I will see you on Tuesday.